Have you ever been just, scrolling along, maybe online, and stumbled across something that just makes you stop and think, wow, where did that come from? Sometimes the most, let's say, intriguing information doesn't come from where you'd expect it. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of moment. We're looking at a really, um, a pretty bizarre piece of source material. It's an audio recording from Infowars.com. The host there, Owen Schroyer, is talking about this Snapchat story he found.
Yeah, it's a Snapchat story, of all things. Apparently, it was put out by a media group called Brother, and the headline Owen Schroyer saw was just, well, it was, "Should you join the Illuminati? Take our quiz." You can see why that caught his attention.
Definitely. So our mission for this deep dive is basically to unpack what he described, what was in this unbelievable Snapchat story, according to him. I mean, maybe think about what it means to find this kind of stuff, these specific topics, on a huge platform like Snapchat. Oh, let's get into it. So Owen starts describing this quiz format, and the questions he mentions are not subtle. Right away, he's talking about questions like, are you a lizard person?
Right.
Or even, do you want to play a bigger role in humanity's subjugation? I mean, wow.
Yeah, not exactly which Disney princess are you, is it? And according to Owen, depending on how you answered these, let's call them unusual questions, the story would suggest different secret societies you might fit into. He mentioned the Freemasons, for instance. The story apparently described them as an old fraternity that rules America.
That rules America, okay.
Yeah, and the highest power. It even apparently referenced hidden gems in the movie National Treasure. A bit specific there. Okay.
Yes.
Then there was Anonymous. Or, well, the story called it Anominence, apparently. And this was linked to questions about things like DDoS attacks, flooding websites, or being willing to destroy presence on the web. And it even mentioned V for Vendetta.
Okay, so it's pulling in pop culture references, too. But you mentioned the Illuminati headline. Was that the main focus?
Oh, definitely, according to Owen. The Illuminati seemed to be the star of the show, so to speak. He said the story showed images of Beyonce doing these hand signals.
Okay, that's a common trope in those circles.
Right. And questions like, are you superstitious? Or do you oppose religion's influence?
But here's where Owen described it getting really interesting, wasn't it? The hidden message thing.
Exactly. He talked about how you could apparently physically flip your phone upside down.
Right.
And the text would change. So it would first say something like, the illuminated Illuminati doesn't exist.
Okay.
But then flip it and suddenly it says, oh, wait, yeah, it does exist. It wants to create a new world order.
That's quite a feature for a Snapchat story.
It is. And Owen also mentioned, and this is just gold, a visual of a slice of pizza with the Illuminati signal.
A pizza slice? Seriously. Yeah. Okay, haven't heard that one before.
Me neither. Maybe it's a new recruitment tactic? Pepperoni and power.
Maybe. So what other groups did this quiz cover, according to the source?
Well, Owen seemed pretty amazed by the others included. He mentioned Bohemian Grove.
The retreat in California?
That's the one, linked to questions like, do you love the great outdoors and do you like the arts? Owen sounded genuinely surprised to see that name on Snapchat.
I can imagine.
Then there was Skull and Bones, the Yale Society. Questions like, did you go to Yale? Seems a bit limiting for Snapchat's audience, but okay.
Right.
And do you want to be in a part of a secret society of rich and powerful that meets in a tomb? Very direct.
No beating around the bush there.
Not at all. It also apparently mentioned the Bilderberg Group, just described it as an international club of individuals who are highly influential.
Okay, a bit more straightforward.
And then perhaps the most, let's say, out there inclusion was the reptilian race.
Back to the lizard people.
Exactly. Explicitly linked to that lizard person question, references to shapeshifters. And Owen even said it directly mentioned David Icke.
Wow.
Yeah. And apparently there were even more secret messages about the reptilians in that section, too.
So listening to Owen Schroyer describe all this, what was his overall take, his reaction? He seemed genuinely struck by it, right? His point was basically, look, these are all the groups Alex Jones was talking about for decades and called a conspiracy theorist.
Right. That was his aim.
And now here's Snapchat documenting all of it for you.
Yeah.
It sounds like he felt kind of vindicated.
Yeah, that's definitely the impression. What's fascinating, listening to the source, is his repetition of that idea. That these things were conspiracy theories, fringe ideas, but now they're being presented, he says, run along like it's a documentary on Snapchat.
Like it's just normal information.
Exactly. The shock isn't just the what, but the where and the how. Is this satire? Is it serious? Is it just trying to be edgy?
Yeah.
He seems baffled by its presence there.
Which really brings us to the core question, doesn't it? What does this all mean? I mean, the InfoWars source raises some big points for us and for you listening. Things like, was Alex Jones right all along? According to this source's view, is Snapchat just now catching on to these ideas that have been floating around for years?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe more importantly, how are people supposed to react? Are they going to see this quiz and think it's serious, or just laugh it off as a joke?
Does the media even notice or care about something like this appearing on Snapchat?
Right. And does putting it in a quiz format somehow make it seem less weird or more engaging, maybe?
That's a really important question, actually. What are the implications when this kind of content shows up on a platform like Snapchat? Something used by millions, especially younger people. Does the intention behind it, whether it's satire or serious or just clickbait, even matter as much as the fact that it's there?
Yeah. Does the platform itself lend it some kind of normalcy?
Potentially. It definitely raises questions about how information, even really outlandish information, spreads and maybe gets normalized in today's world.
So just to recap this deep dive,
Hmm.
we've basically walked through an InfoWars host's description of a pretty wild Snapchat quiz. We heard about questions on lizard people subjugating humanity, all leading to suggestions about joining groups like the Freemasons, Anonymous, Skull and Bones.
Right, and the Bilderberg Group, Bohemian Grove, and of course the Illuminati, complete with those hidden messages and that unforgettable pizza slice visual.
It's quite the collection.
Yeah.
Definitely not what you'd typically expect between, filters and friend updates.
Absolutely, and it leaves us, and hopefully you, with something to really think about. What does it actually signal when ideas that used to live on the fringes, on specific websites or in niche communities, suddenly appear on a massive mainstream platform like Snapchat? Even if it's dressed up as a quiz, what kind of responsibility do these platforms have, if any, and how do we as people consuming this stuff figure out what's intended, what's real, what's satire, especially when it's all mixed together like this?